How are you all? Happy Thursday. I'm wishing you all a good weekend, which is fast approaching. Let's discuss what's going on in the news. A lot as usual. Here we go. Let's talk about the Pentagon asking for more money for this war. Okay. Additional money they're asking for. This war is expensive and is getting more expensive. I got interested in the USA military budget, so I looked up some data, and guess what, y'all? It is trending towards a record-breaking figure of 1 trillion. Boggles the mind, my mind at least. Yeah, it can give me just 1 million of that. No, I'll be happy. So I got interested. I wanted to compare the military budget of Iran. So I look up data on that. So hopefully that's correct. So it says the Iran military budget annually is 10 billion. That's what it said. And apparently it costs less for them to make their weapons. I was looking up, it said for the missiles, because they use a lot of cluster missiles, which are getting through the domes in Israel, because I have seen video footage where it's getting through and doing a lot of damage, and it's taking lives. And I saw where it got really close to one of their holy sites. I believe it was a temple, but I guess it didn't do damage, but getting pretty close, y'all. Anyway, for the missiles, it said it was like, I believe it says 2,500 per missile to make. And then they use these drones. I think it was pronounced Shahed drones. It was spelled Shahed. I believe it's 35,000 per drone. Okay. So, USA 1 trillion versus the 10 billion. So USA is outspending Iran. But that's a lot of money for weapons that you just, send to a target, and then what does it do? It just blows up. And to me, that's a one-time use. I'm thinking, like, if you're going to make weapons, can we have multiple use out of it if it's like costing the millions? I'm just saying, or could we cut costs with have budget cut or reduce the spending on weapons? Like, how, like, when we go to the store, the citizens go to stores, you have a choice of buying brand name or generic. Do we have generic weapons we can buy that's a lot cheaper to cut the cost? Why I'm saying this, people, I have to have some sense of humor when thinking about this so I don't get stressed out. I heard today that the debt for the USA, it's 39 trillion in climbing. Okay. Spending a lot of money, and guess who they're going to look for more funds? They're going to look at the citizens, the taxpayer, to fund this war. We're already struggling, guys. This current administration came in that they were going to put America first, okay? And they were going to make things better. From last year, it's been total chaos, okay? And I'm still looking for the better part. I have not seen it. Anyway, getting a bunch of complaints how high gas is. I had a relative of mine told me on Monday that in her area it was $4, and then the TV today I seen certain areas it's at $6, and then diesel is out of hand, and then people who drive for a living, the truckers, the stores, the grocery stores, think about all those people who have to truck in products and stuff like that. That's a lot of money. And then if that's increasing, then it gets you know trickle down to other items, your grocery shopping. Other things are going to go increase. And then when our president said, "Oh, this war probably 4 to 5 weeks tops," this look like it's going to be a long duration because Iran, even though Israel and they're taking out their leaders and stuff and their top official, they're not giving up, and they don't want to talk about no ceasefire deal right now. They're upset. And then anybody that's associated with America or have a base in their territory or their country are getting hit. Dubai, I saw like their marina was on fire. I saw video footage. Okay. Um, and I think, is it Qatar or Qatar? I don't know how to pronounce that right. Y'all gonna need to correct me on that. It's getting hit. And I think Saudi Arabia, and their resources can be damaged. Okay. And what do these countries depend on their wealth? A lot of them are wealthy because of their oil. So their facilities, if they get hit and stuff, that could put them out of commission. And then Iran is blocking the strait. And anybody associated with America, they can't get their ships through there, or it probably be, bombed or set on fire. But I hear they're letting us few selected ships through for certain countries who are actually paying them millions to get through. Okay, so they're making funds still, y'all. I guess they can use it to fund their war or build more weapons. I'm just saying, this is what I'm hearing. So things don't look good there. And then, okay, it's not officially called World War III yet. Because not a lot of countries, just like Iran, Israel, and the USA is involved. But if a lot of other countries get involved, then I think it will get the official name of World War III. And if a World War III starts, y'all, this affect everybody globally. It will. It will. Okay. And when Trump is up there asking other countries, a lot of them NATO country, he don't want to have nothing to do with the NATO countries, for assistance and help with the strait, they're like rejecting him. They're like, we didn't start this war. What are you asking us for? And now he get mad. We don't need them. And, we are always there to help them. But when we ask for assistance, they don't want to help. But it's what you're doing. I mean, did we really need to start a war? Wouldn't a peaceful negotiation be better, unless you don't want peace? You want war, and you want power, and you want to hurt people. I guess if that's what your motive is, then yeah, I guess we'll have this war. But most people just want to live a peaceful life and be left alone and be able to afford things for their family. I'm just saying, guys, couldn't y'all just be peaceful? So anyway, moving on from that, I saw the Japanese Prime Minister, the lady who visited Trump today in the White House, and you know how they usually they sit beside each other, and Trump take questions, and sometimes his answers can be embarrassing or shocking. Well, he stunned the Japanese Prime Minister today. Well, actually, he took a question. It sounds from the question that it may have been from a Japanese reporter or somebody from that country, and they were asking, the gist of it was like, why didn't you let Japan know that you were going to do this attack on Iran? And then Trump said something like, oh, we wanted it to be a surprise. And then he said something like, oh, well, Japan should know about surprises because they didn't tell, us when they were going to make the attack on Pearl Harbor. And I was like, oh, no, you didn't say that. And then, the Japanese Prime Minister, she was, beside him at first, looking all professional with a nice little smile on her face. And then her smile kind of dropped like, no, he didn't. Just look, she didn't say that. But that's the kind of look I would like, stunned. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so accustomed to the former presidents having some class and some tact and not having these shocking responses. We should be used to this by now, but he always says something that like made me more shocked than I was before. And then his social media posts, he caused the American citizens a lot of stress by what he posts. He does. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that or you post that. But that's what's going on, y'all. Pray for the American citizens who just did not vote for any of this, didn't vote for war, didn't vote for high gas prices, high food prices, high everything prices. Oh, and pray for the poor TSA agents who work at the airport. There's government shutdown has shit, they haven't got paid for a while. A lot of them are quitting, which is causing a big line delay in the airports, for checking in, because these people need money to eat and buy food and take care of their children and pay their mortgage and pay the high gas bill, when they're buying gas. I understand why they're not showing up for work or calling in sick or quitting. I would be looking for another job too. That's all I have to share today. Please like, share. I appreciate you listening. And yeah, that's my discussion about the news this week. Have a good day. And again, have a good weekend. See y'all later.